What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Well, you guys may have noticed throughout my videos building the layout, I'm getting a mess, and it doesn't take me long to create a mess. I'm famous for a mess. Ask the wife. Watching Dwight Curley in some of his live streams and in the past, he had bought these black, garage toolboxes to help store some of his stuff, and that gave me a killer idea. So thanks, Dwight. So let's check out what I've done. Now, these have been sitting around a while. I bought them a while back, but it's time to get them out of my way and clean up some of the clutter. Take a look. Pardon my mess. I still have not really cleaned up from construction. But what do we have here? So there's a toolbox, there's the tabletop, and right over here is two more toolboxes. I haven't opened these. You can see I got some damage. So I'm not even sure what they look like. Been sitting here quite a while. So I'm going to take a peek. Before I get started, let me show you another mess. Now, I'm still working on the layout, of course, and I've got a mess everywhere. There's my bench work buddy. And that's, I wheel that around, tools and stuff on it, and that gets stored underneath the layout when I'm done. When I first started building the bench work, I had originally planned to come out to about right here with this island. And then I thought, well, I don't have a place to work on trains if something breaks or build a model or do anything. So I'd cut it back to there. And on Amazon, they had 18-inch desks that would fit right here, and I could put a chair and I'd still have space right there to walk around. So that was the original plan, was to put a desk or a bench right here to work on. So as I was watching Dwight Curley on some of his streams, and he shows he's got these toolboxes that he uses for storage, I thought, hey, that's not a bad idea. I still haven't worked out if this is going to be a yard or not, and it's not that big of an area to store a lot of cars. I could do a nice long yard right there. I could do a yard right there, but I really kind of wanted this as scenes. Whether it's a cut or a scrap yard or something. I kind of didn't want the yard, but I'm not dead set against it yet. So if I build this bench with toolboxes, then I'll have a lot of car storage that I can slide drawers in and out and throw cars back and forth and just build trains. I know it's a pain in the butt because the trains aren't always on there, but I'll have a place for storage, plus I'll have my workbench. So let's get after it. Now, I should open these up when I first got them because one of them sounds really bad. Yeah, there's all kinds of parts and pieces rattling around there. Sound like broken glass, but they're metal. There's so much stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have to get these open. So let's get after it. Well, I got them unboxed, and this of the three seems to be the least damaged. This one's really nice. I really didn't find anything wrong with this one. But these two, on the other hand, I'm not too worried about it. There's a slight dent in one of the handles, no big deal there. Upon shipping, a little bit of dent right there. That weld right there is a little cracked, but everything works, and all the rattling around I heard was the parts bag came open, so all the nuts and bolts are flying everywhere. This one is the worst one of all. This weld down here is really busted. I think this one's been dropped because this dented here. It's dented in right here, so that's really bad. Other than that, I didn't see anything else. I mean, all the drawers work. That's all that matters to me. And this, cosmetically, just looking at it from here, they look great. So I think these two will be the table legs. Well, this one's a little worse off than I thought. So I got a nice dent here, got a nice dent here. This one's definitely been put through it. So what I did was I took the drawers out, and I'm going to get my rubber mallet out. I'm going to beat that dent out, and I'm going to beat this dent out and put her into place. So that's the concept. Tabletop will go across that. Now these, without the wheels, are sitting 26 inches from there to there. Now with the desktop, it should bring it up to about 28, but that doesn't help for your leg room. Normal desktops are anywhere from 28 to 30 inches, but I went ahead and put the wheels on this one, so I'm going to test the height with this one, because the original thought was just to sit these on the ground. But I did buy some slider pads that I might put on the bottom. That'll bring it up another 1/4 to 1/2 inch, somewhere in there. and we'll see how it works out. So there's the toolbox with the wheels in place, and that comes to right at 29 inches because of this lip. The tabletop I have is 1 inch thick, so that's going to bring it right at the 30 mark. So 28 to 30, that's looking good. So I may just put the wheels on these, that way I can move it out in case I got to get under there for wiring. Yeah, this might work out better than I thought. With the wheels, it might not be stable though, so I'm not sure. There's the concept. Now you see there's not much overhang, but it's definitely nice because if you walk by you won't be kicking a leg. And there's only that much sticking through there, so I might not even have to secure it. That's a pretty heavy tabletop, and I'm putting a lot of weight on it and it's not tipping. Worst case scenario, I could just screw a stop right here, that way it doesn't tip up if I put too much weight on it. That way I don't got to destroy the tabletop, and I don't got to put holes through the toolbox to mount it down. The only thing is the height. Right at the base of the table, 26 1/4. So I'm going to have to drag a chair from inside the house until I figure out what chair I want and see if there's enough leg room there. Because if I put the wheels on it, you can see there's definitely still going to be enough room for the tabletop. And that would put the height of the table a little more comfortable for leg room. I'll have to drag a chair and see. So I went up to the house and I've got a card table chair that I use for working at my end scale bench. This is one of the most uncomfortable chairs I own. But it fits, but the height of the table is fine. I got plenty of leg room, but I'm kind of bending over to work on things. It'd be good for just a keyboard and a laptop or something like that. Working on a model, my back is bent too much. So I am going to raise this up since I got the space. So what I did was I went and got some scrap 2x4s that I had, and I cut them to the length of the box. Without altering the heights, I put it all back together temporarily. Now the top of the table there sits at 31 inches. So what I think I might do, I mean it feels more comfortable for being up high modeling, but what I think I might do is take these to the table saw, rip 1 inch off of them, put this at 30 inches. It might be a little more comfortable. Alright, so I ended up taking the 2x4s to the table saw, taking a 1/2 inch off each side, that way they're all nice and smooth. Got the edges painted black. And what I kind of came in on the edges of the toolbox here. So basically it'll kind of sit in from the edge, that way it's creating kind of a kick plate. So once these boxes dry up, I'll get them mounted on there. Alright, there's one base put on, and I ended up, since I set back for a kick plate, actually in a way, ended up using the original holes for where you put the wheels on the toolbox. So that worked out good. I got some little slider feet I think I'm going to glue down to these here in case I do need to slide this out for some reason. It won't just be wood on wood. Now I'll just do the same to this one. There's the other one mounted, and there's the little slider feet I was talking about. So we'll get that put in place, get the tabletop on, sit the chair there, and see what it looks like. So there it is, put in place. Definitely am not going to use that chair, like I said. But that puts the tabletop at 30 inches now. So that seems a little more comfortable working height. Let's get the drawers put in it and see what it looks like. So here is the finishing touches. So there's the toolbox put all back together. Each one of these drawers has a nice felt pad in it. They work really nice. Lots of railroad car storage. Lots of space to work on models. So like I said, this was a 30 by 60 inch table. But I'd only planned for an 18 inch table anyway. So that gives me my 18 inch. Actually, I think it's more. Well, got a tape measure out for you. 18 inch. So I still stick with my 18 inch working surface. It gives me edges to clamp on like a cell phone holder or a light, a Dremel tool. It came with handles and tool racks. So this one I mounted upside down so I have use for it. I can hang a nice towel to clean my hands off with. The other side of the boxes have pegboard hooks so I can hang styrene or whatever, you know, packets off that, brushes. But it's there, I can use it. The tool tray that came with it, there you go. It came with a tool tray that you would hang on the side of the box, but the bolt holes, I wouldn't really be able to utilize it. So, I mean, I can put it on this one. Want to hang some screwdrivers or something in there. Yeah, that would be pretty good. But there you go. There's the finishing touches. So I got tool chests to hide anything I want in there, but mainly it was for railroad cars. And they do lock. But I don't see a reason to do that. Now my daughter had given me an Amazon card for Christmas that I still have yet to use, so I'm probably going to buy a real nice chair because that card table chair is no good. So a nice toolbox storage there. If this ends up being in my yard, it'll be perfect. Got a car here, set it up on the track, put them back in, place to store things. Alright, now it's time to get back to work on this mess. But now I got a place to build the kits while I'm out here, sitting right there. Well, there you go. I now got a nice workbench surface out there to work on some of my models, build some bridges, paint some models, whatever I got to do. But it was probably within the first day of me setting those up that it's covered in crap already. So yeah, I clean up a mess and I make a mess. But thanks, Dwight, for the idea. It turned out really well. I might have to get a few more to place underneath the layout because I'm collecting quite a bunch of stuff for this HO scale layout. So once you go in the description, check out Dwight Curley's page. The link will be there. Go help support him. Give him some watch hours, all that good stuff. I appreciate the idea, Dwight. I love it. And one more good shout out is Frank from Twisted MacGyver Trains. He had bought me some coffees. Take a look. There you go. I really appreciate that, Frank. It goes a long way towards that layout out there, and every single donation I get goes right back into the layout. You all know that. And it's greatly appreciated. So thanks, Frank. I want everybody to go in the description and check out the link to Frank's page. He's into the O gauge. He's got some massive trains, and he's got an amazing collection. So go back and check out some of Frank's past videos. And, you know, it's summertime, so Frank's been not putting out so much content. But, you know, winter's coming. Maybe put some more out. He did catch the big boy. So maybe go over there and look at his posts of the pictures that he got. But, yeah, go in the description. Check out Dwight and Frank's YouTube channels. And support them as well. Alright, hope you enjoyed this build for the HO scale train layout. It helps organize and gives me a place to get to modeling and get more done on the layout. So we'll get back at it and we'll bring you some more updates. Alright, till next time, like, share, subscribe. Don't cost nothing. Hit that button. Pappy out.